Mr. Samantha Irvin is all elite. And now, free of the constraints posed by triple nose, he's allowed to fly and to soar like Superman. Or R. Kelly. At 35, Ricochet is still doing his flips, his somersaults, his superhero poses.
Gonna do superhero landing. Wait for it!
Sure, it's at half the speed of 5 to 10 years ago, but if you think slow, awkward, clearly worked gymnast spots in pro wrestling aren't the bee's knees, well, you're probably just WWE-loving scum who longs for Vince McMahon's strong, heavy-set number 2 to make its way onto your head. But not me, because...
I am not gay.
Seriously, guys.
I am not gay.
Okay. I mean, it's okay if you were.
I am not gay.
Right. So any gays... Wait! Damn it! Some of you might be wondering how Ricochet remains such an impressive, chiseled, agile athlete after all these years of hard knocks in promotions such as Dragon's Gate, New Japan, WWE, and now, of course, AEW. Through extensive research and information for this video only, I have discovered that there are muscles in the lower body many of us are not training. Muscles deep within. Muscles that Ricochet knows very well. Oh yes. He actually shared one such workout via hacked phone a few years ago, showing his girlfriend at the time, some generic NXT non-diva no one cares about, the exact exercise he does. Oh yes, you see, training the hamstrings and the glutes isn't enough to truly build power in your posterior chain. Oh no! If you want to reach Ricochet's level, you have to train the smaller muscles within. Now, unfortunately, I can't show Ricochet's training video on here, because that would require me watching it to edit it, so it conveniently cuts before revealing anything too inappropriate. But I have it on good authority that the former Dragon Gate Open the Backdoor champion jerks his gherkin before handing his own rear end the finger point of doom. Now you might just think he's into butt stuff. You might just think he wants to milk his prostate, and for some reason film it, and not learn at all from what happened to Paige back in the day. But what if I told you he's actually imparting some of his workout secrets to the world, and is very likely doing this all the time to this day, years later? You see, in the world of chakras and yoga, the Kundalini rests at the base of the spine. While many who believe in that kind of thing will simply do Kundalini yoga and meditation to try and activate the Kundalini, allowing its energy to rise up the spine into the brain, Ricochet is actively searching for it, physically, prodding it, probing it, speeding up the process. In turn, we've seen increased creativity, like in his promos, where he's developed his own speaking style that kind of sounds like an AI doing an impression of an autistic teenager, very memorable, and increased mental clarity, like when he realized he could milk the money merc Tony Khan to do self-indulgent gymnast matches in front of a couple of hundred neckbeards. Incredible! And it's not just the fudge hole violating workouts that set Ricochet apart from, I don't know, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, or any other current actual stars people actually want to watch. Oh no, it's the mental game as well. While most who make 6 to 7 figures a year fulfilling their dreams on TV could probably laugh off some idiot online haters who don't matter at all, Ricochet patrols social media, actively seeking them out. And you might think, does he roast these clowns with superior wit and intellect, exposing them for the dopey, no-life tard marks they are? Well, actually, he does one better, sinking beneath their level, with lame, half-witted responses that, to the untrained eye, might have you thinking he's an insecure half-wit. When in reality, this is psychological warfare, as he embodies the stupidity of the very marks he swears to be better than, gaining a fuller understanding of the large loserville within the wrestling fan-base community in the process, and putting up a mirror to the fedora-tipping neckbeards who don't, and I quote, touch grass. The result is a wrestler who represents the epitome of the modern era, a cruiserweight, vanilla midget who's a mark for himself, exhibiting the epitome of mid-cardery, whilst carrying on like they're the second coming of Hulk Hogan. Incredible! And I'm not the only one who's impressed. New Japan head booker, Gedo. No, seriously, his name is genuinely Gedo. Gedo. Recently had Ricochet turn up and challenge, get this, turn up and challenge World Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. to a match in January. In New Japan, there used to be a big distinction between the heavyweights and the junior heavyweights. On the rare occasion a smaller guy stepped up to the big boy plate, it was presented as a huge deal. Guys like Nobuhiko Takada, Jushin Thunder Liger, Prince Devitt, and even more recently Hiromu Takahashi. As junior heavyweights, when they challenged for the heavyweight belt, it was unthinkable. Every time, it was considered a wild occurrence. And as for Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, those guys actually bulked up and officially joined the heavyweight division long before they got their hands on the world title. Even with his weight gain in recent years, Zack Sabre Jr. is an average-sized soy boy with an overly choreographed take on traditional British catch-as-catch-can submission wrestling and technical work rate. Jumping pointlessly from one submission to the next, many of which clearly require the flexible cooperation of his opponents, who barely put up any resistance as he randomly bends their knees and the like. If you want to see how good that style of wrestling can actually be, you don't have to go back that far in time. Just check out Nigel McGuinness's Greatest Hits in Ring of Honor. So you have a junior heavyweight Brit with a style that completely goes against New Japan's strong style, dancing around with the big gold, the Divas belt, the Decepticon belt, the worst world title in wrestling today, when the promotion desperately needs new, domestic lead stars. Yeah, that, him, being challenged by a cruiserweight from the States who hadn't been seen in New Japan for years. Just great, isn't it? So logical. Anyone who actually likes the Japanese styles and takes on professional wrestling with the slow burn matches and stiff offense and more sports style storytelling and presentation, maybe give Pro Wrestling Noah a go, or check out Kento Miyahara in All Japan, or just see whatever Katsuhiko Nakajima is doing at the moment. Because in New Japan, even the guys who can do that stuff to a high quality are relegated to secondary belts most of the time, waiting to job out to outsiders at any given moment. New Jokepan's world title match for their upcoming Tokyo Dome show, their biggest event of the year every year, is Wack Labor Jr. versus Shitter Pumino, a mid-Nepo baby and the other toy boy of John Moxley after Wheeler Yuta, who the Japanese fans don't even want to see in the world title picture. The next day, it'll be Zack Soy Jr. versus Prostate Shay. When do you think the first Death of New Japan documentary will drop? And by that I mean, which YouTuber will do one first? Because they're simply not relevant enough for any actual documentary team to go and make the effort. Overall, to summarize, Ricochet's incredible lack of psychology, overly rehearsed cartwheel festivals, and relentless butt-hurtery, no pun intended, make him a perfect fit for the increasingly indie-rific turn his backflipping career has taken this year. Butt-tickling clown.
I am not gay.